What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today is the day, boys and girls. It has happened. It's been 530 days since the last regular Nintendo Direct, but Nintendo has finally stated that there will be a regular, normal-themed Nintendo Direct. I mean, it had nothing to do with the absolutely deadly and tragic pandemic that was raging through the world, guys. Had nothing to do with that. They just didn't feel like announcing anything when it comes to normal directs till not at this point. No, obviously I'm joking with that. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way first before we get into the predictions, before we get into the time and everything, guys. The reason why Nintendo hasn't had a direct in a very long time is because there was a deadly pandemic that forced employees to go work from home. They could not get their teams together. There was third-party developers that had issues and everything when it comes to submitting what they were going to put. Guys, this is a logistics issue. That's it. They had to stick to minis and they had to stick to the partner showcases and shadow drops and Twitter releases because of the pandemic and adjusting from working from home and all of that. That completely threw a wrench into everything that they've been doing for the past however many years with directs, decade or whatever the case is. Make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was the reason, and I was trying to explain to a lot of you guys this. Some of you guys understood, most of you guys did, a lot of other people didn't. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the content here, guys. Okay, Nintendo of America on their official Twitter page has stated quite a number of things when it comes to Nintendo Direct. So they said, tune in on February 17th at 2 p.m. PT for a hashtag Nintendo Direct live stream featuring roughly 50 minutes of information focused on available games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and games coming to Nintendo Switch in the first half of 2021. They have it. It's back. It's just the regular Nintendo Direct. You see the Nintendo, you see the Direct, you see the white, you see the arrow. This is going to be good. This is going to be pretty good. 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I will have a time converter for all you Euro peeps, for all you overseas peeps. Link in the description below. But let's talk about this, guys, because we have some predictions times, all right? So obviously, let's just get like the first stuff out of the way. Super Smash Brothers. Who is the next character coming to Super Smash Brothers? Maybe they've decided to expand. So they said, okay, we've got some information focused on available games. So there's DLC available games, plural. Okay, we're gonna break this all down right here, okay, guys? I know you guys love this type of stuff. We're gonna break it down. So, plural, available games, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, there's something else. So, what could that something else be? Well, remember that leak with Fire Emblem? Remember that whole thing that I talked about Fire Emblem? Maybe there is something for Fire Emblem Three Houses. I would not be surprised if there was something else for that. Before we get into my predictions for what the character is for Super Smash Bros., next up, I do think that we could finally see some updates to some other games. Maybe Super Mario Party finally gets an update. Maybe it finally gets an update. So maybe we see that there's some updates for third-party games. Maybe, you know, Doom Eternal, or maybe they do some stuff like that. But I would guess, of course, Super Smash Bros. Fire Emblem is one of them that I would guess. A lot of the other games are just kind of like complete. Maybe we see an update for Super Mario Odyssey. I know we just got the Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury type of thing, which was just like a huge like open-ended area, right? So maybe we see something for Odyssey. That could be another game that gets a nice update as well. So next up out of this, guys, is the Super Smash Brothers stuff. So let's talk about this just a little bit. So who's the next character gonna be? Well, I would guess. I have multiple videos on this, but I would guess. So if it's a first-party character, I'm gonna go with the Akira twins from Astral Chain. I know their game came out a little bit later, but I think the Akira twins have a shot. I also think that Xenoblade characters, so Rex, Pyra, Mithra, they also have a shot. Elma, something. They have a shot. I think that they do. So those would be my guesses for first party character. Now, if it's a third party character, obviously people have been talking about maybe it's Crash Bandicoot. You know, maybe it's Crash Bandicoot. I've been thinking, well, maybe it's a Capcom character. Capcom and Nintendo have been getting very cozy lately, or a lot of the time, and a Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter's always been a part of Nintendo systems, you know, dating back with the Wii, right? With the Wii, also with the Nintendo 3DS. So maybe there's a Monster Hunter character in there, or a Monster Hunter that you can use and deck out with different weapons and armor and stuff like that. So I would not be surprised if it's that. Or maybe even Dante. We've also had that hint with Dante. It could be it. There's already a lot of Capcom characters though, but you never know. We had Square Enix characters and they put some more. So, or they put Sephiroth. We had a Cloud, you know, and everything. So maybe, just maybe, we see a Resident Evil character too. I mean, we could see that. We could see Leon. We could see Jill. We could see Chris. I mean, I would like for it to be like Jill. I think that would be pretty cool to have a Resident Evil character in there. I would like for that. So we'll see what happens there. There's Ryu Hayabusa. We have no Koei Tecmo characters, so maybe Ryu Hayabusa gets in. I know Japanese swordsman, but you know, I think he's still a possibility to see a Koei Tecmo character in the game. So there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. Some of you guys might say something like Shrek, or you want to see Waluigi, these weird picks. Those aren't getting in. Those aren't getting in, but we'll see what happens. Now, let's move on to the predictions for the games, because they do state here specifically. They state games coming to Nintendo Switch in the first half of 2021. In the first half of 2021. So obviously they can talk about games that haven't been released yet. So we have stuff like Monster Hunter Rise, for example. We have stuff like The World Ends With You, the Neo The World Ends With You. They can talk about that. That should be summer, so that could be the first half. They talk about, or they could talk about No More Heroes 3. They can talk about Monster Hunter Stories 2. But we want to know about what's going down with the first party games. And so many people, I already see it. Mario Kart 9 was trending on Twitter today, man. Could Nintendo drop the hammer? I know a lot of people say, oh, Nintendo already has Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's no need for them to do Mario Kart 9. But if they did Mario Kart 9 with almost 100 million install base, okay, with 80 million plus, they would sell like 20 million copies of Mario Kart 9 in like a day and make a bazillion dollars. And that would start to blow up and take off. It's money right there. Whereas Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales are great, but they're very, I would just say, spread out, right? It sells over a long period of time. It's never the #1 type of game, but it just keeps selling for like the longest time, right? So if they just went with the Mario Kart 9, I think that would be the new hotness, and everybody would just buy that, and it would blow up even bigger than what Mario Kart 8 has done. It would have like almost like an Animal Crossing type of effect. I think it would be that big of a blow up, right? So to me, I think that Mario Kart 9 is a possibility for them to announce that game. Now, a Mario sports title, what's going down with that? We heard some rumors about a new Mario sports title that could be going down. So I do think that the last one was what, 2018, right? Like Mario Tennis. So we could see something like Sluggers. Maybe we see something like Mario Strikers, the soccer game or football game for the worldwide game of football. So I think that's a possibility. Or maybe they go something crazy and kind of like NFL Street, remember that game? But they do it with Mario characters, right? So you have Mario Football, Mario American Football. But no, I would guess that it's going to be Mario Strikers. I would guess that it'd be Strikers just because we haven't had a Strikers since the Wii, and we're due for a good Strikers game. So I'm gonna go with Mario Strikers, but we'll see what happens. There was rumors about Mario Golf and Camelot, so it could very well much be Mario Golf. I just want Mario Strikers, so we'll see about that. Now, what other games could be happening here? Now, the Fire Emblem team. Fire Emblem team. They've been working on something. Fire Emblem Three Houses came out a couple years ago. I don't think it's going to be a game comes out in the first half, but Nintendo always does this. They say, oh, game's in the first half of this year. And then they talk about a couple other things that might be coming later down the line. They've done this with a lot of Nintendo Directs because they don't want to hint anything. They don't want to ruin anything. So I still think that there might be a Fire Emblem game announced, and then maybe it comes out later. I also think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, we still got to talk about that. That is still a big game. That is still a big game that they need to discuss a little bit more. Oh, by the way, there's a couple other games that I want to talk about. So I think maybe Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is there. Or maybe they do a whole separate direct that's focused on something else with like Legend of Zelda. Bayonetta. Bayonetta, Bayonetta. Like, it's Bayonetta or bust for this direct. No, I'm joking. But no, they need to show Bayonetta 3. Like, Bayonetta 3 needs to be shown. Like, I know that Hideki Kamiya has been, like, frustrated and said, hey, it's up to the publisher. People have been asking him 24/7. Dude's eating at the bar. Somebody says, hey, what happened to Bayonetta 3? He's going out to do an interview about this other game. Hey, what happened to Bayonetta 3? Hey, he's on the street just riding his bike. Hey, man, what's up, Bayonetta 3? He's driving his car. Hong Kong, Bayonetta 3. So, I mean, like, seriously, Bayonetta 3. This direct, it has to happen. Please, let's do it. It's happening. I'm going to speak it into existence. Bayonetta 3 for this one. Oh, by the way, Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4. Yes, this would be a crazy direct, but I think this will be a crazy direct. It's 50 minutes, roughly 50 minutes. So if Nintendo had Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, give us an update on that. Maybe 2D Metroid as well. Maybe 2D Metroid comes out first, because we've heard rumors about that. 2D Metroid comes out first. Metroid Prime 4, little tease. Bayonetta 3, first gameplay, footage, release. I'm telling you, they're going to astral chain it. Announce it February. Boom, it's dropping like August. I'm telling you, I told you guys, they're going to astral chain it. Okay? And you know my video can't be complete until we get into a little bit of Monolith Soft goodness. Could we see some Monolith Soft action at this Nintendo Direct? It's very possible. What could we see? Xenoblade Chronicles X. That game needs to be ported over to the Nintendo Switch. That is the only Xenoblade Chronicles game that's not on the Nintendo Switch. We got the definitive edition. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We got Torn of the Golden Country. It is time for Xenoblade Chronicles X, and maybe we get a hint. We get a look. We get the first trailer, the reveal for Monolith Soft's new IP. That would be absolutely sick at this Nintendo Direct if that happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and will it into existence and predict it. It's gonna happen. I wanna hear you guys' predictions. You guys can let me know them in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this one here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.